Hey guys, welcome to Confession of Nepalese Living in Australia, and today is a Sunday episode of a Decade Down Under series right here on my channel, and I'm Yanj, who is going to be reading those confessions. So let's get into it. First one is my journey in Australia. A message for young students. I came to Australia in January 2019 as a 21-year-old student with a 2-year diploma. सुरुमा काम पाउन धेरै गाह्रो थियो. I still remember working 7 hours in car wash, $10 per hour as kitchen hand, house cleaning, just to survive. Life wasn't easy. After completing my course, things improved. By the end, I was earning $1,200 per week in Sydney. I asked my college friends what their plans were. Some said 20-25 lakh kamaera Nepal janchu. Some joined another diploma. Some said Sydney life is all about fun and entertainment. But at 23, I left everything and moved to Hobart, Tasmania. New state, new struggle, new life. Again farm work, again hard to find kitchen jobs. Many nights I asked myself, did I make the right decision? While my friends were earning good money in Sydney, I was starting from zero again. Today, when I look back, moving to Hobart was the best decision of my life. I received my 190 visa through Tasmania state nomination. If I had stayed in Sydney, I don't think this would have happened. Now I look at my friends, some visa got refused, some are still doing multiple courses, some are on dependent visas. Those who said they would go back to Nepal after earning money, none of them went back. My message to 21-year-old student who just arrived in Australia. I know it's hard. I know survival is tough. I know managing work, study, and life feels overwhelming, but believe in yourself. Don't just chase money, be career-minded. A short-term struggle can give you long-term stability. Trust the process, your time will come. I don't know who this person is, but my journey really literally parallel with him. I also moved to Tasmania when I was 23 years old. I also got my PR from there. Obviously, I didn't have to work in farm and things like that because I applied for my job before I went to Tasmania. But such a good advice. Honestly, this was such a heartwarming confession. And by any chance, if the person who wrote the confession is watching this video, congratulations and thank you for such a lovely message for all the young students. Let's move on to our second confession for today's episode. Female 19. Oh, that's so young. Matter. Please don't ask me how much money I make. Balancing work and college is not as easy as it looks for international students. Most people already know it's tough, but only those living it truly understands it. When I'm at work, I can't answer calls. I often hear things like, "Soji थियो Australia गएपछि बदलियो. Australiaको हावाले छोएछ. You've changed after going to Australia. You've become too busy now." But the truth is, it's not about attitude. It's about responsibility and survival. Sometimes I simply cannot pick up the phone. Life here may look easy from the outside, but in reality, it includes constant pressure, work shift, studies, deadline, bills, and exhaustion all at once. And it's not just about earning money. It's about managing everything alone in a new country. Instead of asking, how much money do you make? It would mean a lot more if you asked, what time do you sleep? What time do you eat? What time do you go to work? How's your health? When will you come back? A little understanding, care, and respect mean more than any question about income. Oh, this was so heartwarming because I have had this literal conversation with my mom. I remember when I was in Sydney, obviously, like I was doing 2 jobs and study, like balancing. One time I was talking to her and I was like, "Mom, I can't like pick up your call at any time." My mom was like so supportive and I was like, "How about on Tuesdays we call?" And then for my mom also it was really hard because then she had to wait a whole week to call me on Tuesday when I'm free as well, and that was such a hard time to navigate. One time my mom had this like anxiety where she was like, "Oh my god, I really want to call her, but then I can't call her because she asked me to call her only on Tuesdays." And then one time she was so frustrated and she was like, "Oh my god, like are you a prime minister? Are you a president? Like why can't I call you when I want to call you?" kind of thing. And it was so enduring as well, and I totally understand. But I think this one was maybe more directed towards like friends who don't understand. And then there was one time, like every time I would call someone in Nepal, like talking to them once a month, all the conversation is like, "How many jobs are you doing now?" Because I was like sometimes juggling 2 jobs or 3 jobs and stuff. And I think I told my mom like, "Oh, like people keep asking me about this. Can you tell them not to asked me about that. Oh, actually, maybe I didn't say that to my mom, but my mom actually told my family back home, like, oh, don't ask her about that. Like, she does not really like getting asked. And I was still really vocal. I would say, like, it's just been a month. Like, nothing has really changed. It's all the same. To the person who wrote this confession, I want to say, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're sleeping well. Set aside some time for yourself. Just make sure you don't get burnt out. For the people who are watching from Nepal, like young students who wants to come to Australia, this is like a little bit glimpse of what to expect. Part of the journey. Oof, okay, this one is about relationship. Female 25 Sydney. आज finally हिम्मत गरेर मेरो story सुनाउँछु है त. Please judge नगरी genuine suggestion दिनुहोला. I'm 25 years old, female living in Australia. I came here around 6 months ago. I have a very loving boyfriend in Nepal. He's very sweet and cares about me a lot. We have been in a relationship for about 4 years. Everything was going well until I met a person here in Australia. He's a very intellectual person and the conversation flows very naturally and the vibe we have is amazing and we have been spending a lot of time together. We laugh a lot and conversation are just wow. He's understanding and makes me feel special and I have said everything about my boyfriend to him. We know we shouldn't be doing what we're doing, but I don't know why things are beyond my control. It's like we forget everything and when we are together we are in our own world. The feelings are too much, intense, and we are physically involved too. I know I'm wrong here. I want to say everything to my boyfriend and end things with him, but I don't have the courage to do so. I'm too afraid to see him hurt because of me. I just want him to move on with this life. We have been together for 4 years means he would have never imagined I would do such things to him. मलाई थाहा छ उसले जति माया मलाई कसैले पनि गर्न सक्दैन. Not even अहिलेको गाई. तर मेरो इमोसनहरू सबै अहिले यता नै छ. I just need genuine suggestions. It's a tough one, but first thing I will say is you are 25 years old. That is so young. Like, it's okay to break up. Like, I don't know how to tell young Nepali guys or girls that breaking up is so normal, like especially if you're in your early 20s. Am I saying cheating is right? No. Cheating is wrong, and especially I think for her it's like emotional and physical cheating as well. But then she is right now, just 6 months ago she came to Australia. She is so vulnerable right now. I think that makes everything so intense. I do think whatever she's feeling is valid. In our culture, we have this massive thing like the person we love, whoever we are in relationship with, end up with them forever. But the reality is sometimes you grow apart, sometimes things change. My genuine suggestion is you just need to break up, and it might be messy breakup, obviously, because you are really at fault, but I think this is also an opportunity to learn from this. The guy would also be better off without you. You would be better off without him. So, guys, the lighting is changing. It's crazy every time I film. So I'm gonna... Perfect. But again, when we were talking about relationship, like the lights just, we're getting into the mood. Anyway, for this confession, let's look at a couple of comments. A guy said, feeling sad for that palla gare Sanila who thinks my girlfriend is working hard in Australia and malai dependent ma lies answer something. And there's a big comment. Every relationship reaches a point where the butterflies fade. That's just human nature. What you're feeling right now might come from being in a new place and connecting with someone new. But that does not mean it's something deeper. Real love is tested in moments like this. Attraction can be temporary, but a strong relationship takes time, patience, loyalty. If your partner truly loves you, it's worth thinking twice about letting that go. Life is long, and even if things feel distant now, you still have a future to build together. Don't let a temporary feeling risk something you've spent years creating. Ask yourself, what if this new attraction fades? What if the person you meet next 6 months doesn't feel the same way later on? Right now, you might seem more exciting simply because you are something new, something a bit forbidden. Honestly, that's a mature response, but I think I would look at this response when I'm in my late 20s, or when I'm more like when you're married, you know, like you are married to someone, then you have to find all the solution or compromise. But I personally genuinely don't believe that in your early 20s, because you're so rapidly changing and learning and stuff, so everything fades away, but you need to have self-respect in a relationship. So because she's already cheated on him, especially Nepali guys, I don't know if they have emotionally, if they can ever forgive. Female 25 Adelaide, I hate my husband. I hate my husband. I work 12-hour shifts, sometimes even longer, while he at 32 spends his time going to parties, clubs, and Nepali events. I'm not saying he shouldn't go, but he never includes me. When I checked his Facebook, I found out he's been talking to people he meet at these events while I'm stuck working. I feel like going to a casino, and I do go with my sisters, but he slapped me once because I don't drink. I've asked him to go out with me, dinners, casino, and exploring new places, but he never wants to. Instead, he always goes with his male friends and act like he's not even married, and he's taken my money many times and I've never complained. He always pushes me to keep working, even when I'm sick like today. I can't share this with anyone and it's all weighing heavily on me. In Australia, one of the culture shock kind of thing for me was how many domestic violence cases there is in Australia every year, and not just limited to Nepalese community, but there's a lot of conversation, a lot of things that I've learned here in Australia. What is coercive control? What is physical abuse? The person who's written this confession, it's both. I think he is emotionally and physically abusing you. The moment he laid his hands on you, like you said, he slapped you. Time to get out of this marriage. How can you trust someone to not do that again? You must feel safe in your own house. You must feel safe in your relationship. And I don't think by reading this confession, there's either of those things. And you said, I hate my husband. And I just want to let you know, I also hate your husband. And please, please, please reach out. There's so many support in Australia where you can reach out. And I'm going to put some in the description box below as well, where you could contact and reach out for help. It's a tough one. I do want to see what other people have suggested. So let's look at the comments. It's time for you to call him ex-husband. I don't see anything positive about him. I agree. Slapped, please run from such man. Better off single with high standards than in a relationship settling for less. Divorce him. I'm also 25. He slapped you and you are here writing a confession ? Some people just don't understand, like you would want someone to hear your story and give you suggestions. Some things will never change. It only gets worse. There's so many cases that I've listened on podcasts, I've read about, news. Don't let him push your boundaries. Like a man like that will try to see how much can he get away with. Either it's hitting you or making you work for the lifestyle he could afford. So please do research about coercive control and all the support you can get as well. Okay, let's do a last confession for today. Sydney male, 32 years, Nepal or Australia. Hi guys, I've been in Australia since 9 years. I got married and my wife is in Australia since 4 years and we have one little son. I wasn't supposed to stay in Australia permanently from the day I came here. I better like to go to Nepal and do small business and get happy with small things in life. I'm no longer into materialistic things and comfort life in Australia. I don't get any peace here in Australia. But my wife don't want to go Nepal with me. Please suggest your ideas. Thank you. Honestly, I see this conversation way more now than before. Let's actually have a look at some of the comments. I have returned back to Nepal after living in Australia for 15 and a half years. It's been just over 2 years in Nepal now, and I haven't regretted a moment from my decision. And neither have my wife and my daughter. We all having really good, simple life. If you need any kind of practical information, feel free to contact me. Oh, that's such a nice comment. If Nepal gives you peace, returning might be the best choice. Feel happy that some of you are thinking to do something back home. That's great, but you are just 32, so I suggest you to stay 3-4 years, save some money. Living standard is way below compared to global standard, but we have better social value, happy people around. I can't imagine life back in abroad, how hard time I had. Now, I'm much happy with family and little things around. Oh, that's such a wholesome comment section, and I think there was like a genuine suggestions as well. I think he needs to test it out. I think he needs to go to Nepal, stay there for 6 months, because we are used to certain kind of system here in Australia, and sometimes it's so hard to adapt back in Nepal. In terms of wife who don't want to go back, I think it's her life too, and it's her choice, and it's sometimes hard when it doesn't align. That's a tough one. So I think you need to go try to build something in Nepal and give like the same level of quality of life. I saw a TikTok video yesterday where someone said like to live a modest, comfortable life in Nepal, you need 2 lakhs per month. And I think that's such a good ballpark. So I think you need to see like whatever business you're gonna do, if that's gonna generate about that money. And the good thing is that person also had a kid, wife, and they seemed happy. That's all for today's confession. Today's episode was so wholesome, genuinely, for me. I really enjoyed reading all this confession. If you also like to share your story and want me to capture it in the next Sunday episode, the link is in my description and in my comment box as well. You can anonymously share your story for me to read. I will see you in the next episode, and please note I'll be publishing more Decade Down Under episode as well, where I share my wins and lessons that I've learned here in Australia. And that's it. Thank you for listening.